welcome back. So we're gonna talk about Brian because I hate that. Ingrid has finally hit her limit. Brian is trying to come out swinging, that he's proud of himself and that he handled this really well.
I feel I put my best effort forward. I was true to myself. And that's good. It's a good feeling. It's a real nice feeling. I'm proud of myself.
He's proud of himself, is he? He's proud of himself. I mean, I didn't get that out of any of this. I got that he was a thirsty, horny little man, liked to victimize himself, take no accountability for his own actions, his own behavior. Everything was deflected regarding his wheelchair. It's not about the wheelchair, buddy. It's about you. You suck. I mean, even his sister seems exasperated with him.
It's just ridiculous. You want space. You don't have time for space. Someone that loves me for me, someone that accepts the wheels.
It's not about the wheelchair. You suck. You suck. Beat it. So anyway, let's get into this recap. Last we left off Brian and Ingrid. She had just learned about his prior marriages and engagements. She's learning so much stuff about him all the time that it's just overwhelming and she doesn't even know who he is.
Eu esperava descobrir coisas boas, né, sobre o Brian. Só que acabou eu descobrindo coisas que me deixou muito chocada.
So she needs to take some space to think everything over and see if this is the relationship that she wants to actually invest her time in. Lying about his age, on top of the criminal history, the substance abuse, the ex-wives, the fiancés, and the way he treats her when she actually discovers this information, it's a lot of red flags. She's feeling uneasy that she's just another Brazilian on his list and that she could be wasting her time. Every time she gets over one piece of information, he has another bomb to drop on her, and it's just one thing after another with this man. He had painted a certain image of himself that's not aligning with what she's met, and she has no idea what to expect. The next day, we see Brian basically complaining to the producers that she wants space and he doesn't understand why.
So yesterday, Ingrid told me that we need space again. And as far as I'm concerned, we have space. She's not even staying in the same apartment as me. So really, I'm confused with that. I don't know what space means anymore.
You're not entitled to her body or her time.
No matter what I say or do, it always just seems that she's looking for another reason or excuse to pull away. Because I feel like I've done everything.
Everything?
I've tried my best.
You've tried your best.
Ingrid asked for some space.
The audacity.
Again. There's no care. There's no love. Every time I go to kiss, it's like grandma kiss, peck on the mouth.
Can you imagine having a French kiss this guy?
There's nothing there. And you know that it's not that I need.
Seemed pretty needy to me.
Needy. It's just hard, you know?
Needy. Oh, poor little man. Not getting enough attention. Feels sad.
Planning to reach out to Ingrid, but she messaged me first. And I'm glad she did because it's time we talk.
So Brian has decided that he's gonna grow a pair and die on this hill. This hill being that she's not putting out, so she must be using him. She accepted the vacation, and she accepted all the treats in the hotel.
Things with Ingrid have been a constant struggle.
So that must mean that she's using him to put her kids in America. I mean, that's his math.
And I'm hoping she can convince me that she has genuine feelings for me.
Convince me right now that you have feelings for me. On your knees, under the table, right now. So she's trying to explain that all this information, to process it, has been really difficult, but she's trying. Look at his face. Every time she calls him out.
Sei, tá estranho pra mim pra escutar isso. Porque pra mim, você não tá querendo.
You don't even like me. You're not trying. Why did you accept the hotel? Why won't you stay at the apartment with me? Ingrid explains that she wouldn't even be there if she didn't like him.
Palavras e ações é diferente, né?
Isso mesmo, seu Brian.
Projecting! Look at that face again, like direct eye contact with the cameraman. Kissing you is like kissing my grandma. I mean, you wouldn't sit on my bearded face? What the hell? Like, lots of women will sit on my face from Brazil. Why wouldn't you? There must be something wrong with you. You're using me. That's the most logical explanation. You accepted this trip here. You're using me. Yep, that's right. You're using me because I will give you and your children a much better life in the US. Changing my catheter and helping wipe my ass and transferring me from my chair to the toilet and the shower and the bed. Helping me get dressed. And don't forget about my sexual health. I'll be talking about my boner a lot. We'll be talking about these blue pills and me reaching an O a lot. That's really that all you and your children have ever needed in life. And I mean, this makes perfect sense. You wouldn't sit on my face. You won't ride my disco stick. So you're just a prostitute. Ingrid is disgusted, and watching her storm off and stomp away from this man is incredibly satisfying. I just wish that she would have never spoke to him again after this, but I mean, maybe production kind of forced them to have one more interaction. She's heartbroken and devastated, and she says that he is mistaken about her. She is not an opportunist, and she feels like this was a huge waste of time. I think we can all see right through him. It's not Ingrid that had her reservations. That's the problem. It was him deflecting and gaslighting and lying. And now he's trying to recoup some sense of masculinity or self-worth by breaking up with her, claiming that he can't be taken advantage of anymore. So like an annoying fucking housefly, he's got to come back the next day because he doesn't like how things ended and he wants to end things on a good note.
Last night, we broke up.
So last night I texted Ingrid after the situation we had at the bar last night. I thought it ended a little tense and not the way I really wanted it to end. So I'm going to meet her today and talk about that.
Woke up this morning thinking, it's not sitting right with me of how things went down. We've been in each other's lives for 2 years, and I don't want her last memory of me to be of last night, of an argument, of ugly Brian.
We've had lots of ugly Brian. It's been more ugly Brian than there's been charming Brian. You should just apologize to her and go away. Ingrid's feeling sad that it didn't work out. I mean, it must be that sunk cost fallacy. She's put 2 or 3 years into talking to this man and planning for a future, putting time in and building up the connection and the commitment and the bond. So I think that she feels like this has just been a galactic waste of time. Brian doesn't even come in to apologize. He literally just chalks it up to not being a good match. When she calls him out for treating her like shit and essentially calling her a whore, he has nothing to say. He just looks at the cameraman again. Like, well, yep.
Eu não mereço.
She doesn't deserve it. That's not an apology, Brian.
Então, não tenho nada. Funcionou?
Okay.
É.
Poor Ingrid. She's like, is that really what he has to say to me? I thought he was going to apologize. Now I just feel like shit and confused and depressed. Like he's not even going to explain himself or help me understand. There's no closure in this for her. And he's just sitting there like, so when can I get back on Brazilian Tinder? Does my profile still say that I'm 45? Maybe I should update it and say I'm 49.
E eu vou com você. Não vou deixar assim, não.
So he wheels his ass out with her to try and emotionally manipulate her some more. He does the whole give me a hug crap and then basically explains to her that he doesn't hate her. Like that information matters at all. Has he once considered that maybe she would resent him after everything he's put her through? Oh, he's a creep. He's like, give me a hug. And she says, you can talk. He's like, hug me now. I didn't want it to end like this, okay? Yeah, we know how you wanted it to end, but you weren't patient. And Ingrid is like, yeah, it has to end like this now, bud. After everything you've done. It didn't match. We didn't match. He keeps telling himself this to make himself feel better about his decisions.
Mas o quê? Eu tô falando de coração pra você. Quero o melhor pra você, Ingrid.
Também quero o seu melhor.
Isso é.
And look at his face. You can see the exact moment when his brain calculates that had he had just been patient and played his cards right, and she's like, over it, I'm out. Look, this is the moment that he's figuring it out. He broke it down. He says, oh shit, I've made a huge mistake. No doubt she's feeling deceived and disappointed. He lied about so much. He presented a completely different person, and she feels like the last 2 years of her life have been wasted placing expectations on a person who is completely different. And I think that's just the sad reality of online dating. You really don't know someone until you meet them and spend some time with them. And you have to ask a lot of questions up front and try to remember their answers verbatim, because if they try to rewrite history, that's a red flag that is never going to change, and you need to run. But yeah, he's a companion that she's going to miss talking to. She feels like she's going to miss something, and she's really sad. But I think that this is going to be fine, and this is for the best. He would have just ruined her life and made her miserable, and who knows how it would have been for the kids, honestly. I don't think he would have really cared. I would rather be a single mom with no help than rely on a man like Brian. Ugh.
Packing up, getting ready to make that trip to back home, and get back to some normalcy a little bit, and breathe, and get a minute to, well, just, take it all in for a second. It's been a lot. Today I'm flying back to Chicago after 2 rough weeks in Brazil. I was hoping the trip would end with a new fiancé, but instead it's ending with another ex.
This is finally it, everyone. This is finally the end of Brian. He's heading to the airport. He's going to fly back home to Chicago. He's already looking forward to his next relationship. He's not pinpointing whether it's going to be a Brazilian. He's going to keep his options open. But I just find it funny how quickly he's already mentally moving on from this 2-year-long relationship that she was supposedly the one. And he's already swiping in his mind. Bye, asshole. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in. That was my, hopefully, final recap on Brian, unless he shows up at the tell-all to get eviscerated. We'll see. Please come back for more. It's free to subscribe. I appreciate any likes, shares, or let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.